have any particular questions or anything, you're welcome to tell me now, or you can send them in the chat and I can go over them. Okay. So there are questions like this, and I believe this is a newer one, so I guess this is expected to be able to answer in your head. With the algebra ones, particularly when it's multiple choice and you don't have pen and paper, my suggestion is to use the technique called substitution. So to sub in the possible answers and work out which one's correct, because that's a little bit easier than algebra in your head.
Yeah.
So for this one, take the first one, A equals 70, right? So all this is 4 times, so if it's written next to the letter, it's times. 4 times 70 plus 14. Multiply 4 times 70, just do 4 times 7 and add an O on the end. So in general, with multiplication, you can just ignore zeros and just write them down. So 4 times 7 is 28.
Yep.
So it's 280 here, plus the 14, which gives you 294 on this side. The idea is when you sub it into the other side, you get the same answer. So 2 times 70 minus 56. This is obviously not going to be the same answer. You can probably see it at this point. Yeah, so A equals 70 is not the right answer. However, if you did the same thing with, I believe the answer is negative 35 for this one. So if you sub in negative 35 and work through it, you will get the right answer. And that's really my suggestion for the algebra ones, particularly when you don't have pen and paper.
Yep.
Yeah. For the long multiplication questions, the trick with these ones, I'll admit, it doesn't work on every question, but 90% of the time you can work it out just by ignoring every single number besides the last one in both numbers. So if you ignore that and do 9 times 4, you'll get 36, right?
Yep.
Again, ignore everything besides the last number, and the last number is 6. So this means the answer actually has to have the last number of 6. And if you look at your options, only one of them ends in a 6.
Yep.
That's a lot quicker way of calculating that. So you don't need to work it out. You just need to multiply the last 2 numbers.
Yeah.
These ones are just working out how many words per minute, basically, which is 150 in this case.
Yep.
Per minute. And then it's just how many minutes are there in an hour and a half. Well, that's just 90 minutes, right?
Yep.
So in this case, the answer is 150 times 90. Keep playing again, ignore the zeros, do 5 times 9, which is 45, which means the last digit minus the zeros on the end needs to be a 5. That gives you D. So that shortcut will really help you a bit with all the questions.
Yep.
The next one. This one again, you can do the cheats kind of method for it. So this divided by symbol in the middle means make it a fraction. So basically this is 56 times 43 all over 22 plus 43 minus 10 times 5. That's what that means. You can do the cheats method on the top and go, okay, 6 times 3, that's 18. So the number in the top probably needs to end in an 8. Again, what I said about looking at the answers to give you the answer. That appears twice and the 11 appears twice. So it doesn't tell you the answer, but we just worked out that it ends in 8. probably going to be one of the top two. Then you can do the cheats method again on the bottom. So 10 times 5, I mean, you can probably work that out straight away that that's 50. But you can just work with the last digit if you wanted to. So I'm going to do it that way, even though this one's not that bad. 10 times 5 is 50. Ignore all the digits, that isn't the last one. So the last digit is 0. Again, 43, last digit's the 3. So it's 3 minus 0 here. 3. Then outside the bracket, so this is basically 22 plus some number that ends in the 3. This ends in a 2. The 2 plus 3 is 5. So this is telling us the bottom number ends in a 5.